They take clay and give it life very slowly, one frame at a time. These hilarious characters, Wallace and Gromit, finally have their starring roles, their own feature film, which is now on DVD.
Oh, ho, ho. Very cheeky. That's more like it, lad. How could we possibly fail now? You're a total knockout.
Joining us now is Nick Park and co-director of the film, Steve Box. Welcome, Nick and Steve, to the show. And first of all, congratulations on the Oscar nomination.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now, well, what was it like? I mean, Wallace and Gromit fans, they know these characters already from so many shorts, but what was it like transitioning the characters to a feature film? Did you worry about them translating, too much screen time?
Yeah, I mean, it was really important that the idea was right and big enough and had the legs, to carry the characters for 75, 80 minutes. I think the biggest challenge was the story, really, and making sure it didn't get too wordy. We pride ourselves on the visual side of it, and that helps for it to cross into different territories. Gromit not even having a voice, I think, is so universal. So we had to be careful that we didn't ruin the kind of the formula, if you like, that was working.
Well, now, I know one of the other films that you're up against is also stop-motion animation, but it's more of a puppet type of a movie where you are claymation. Have you worked with puppets at all? I mean, is there a reason that you prefer clay?
Yeah, I mean, it is like you say, it's very closely related. We use puppets. It's very similar to the movie you're talking about, Tim Burton's Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
In that we all have metal skeletons within our puppets. We just cover them in kids' modelling clay, and so they're soft and you can manipulate the actual substance because it's clay, whereas they cover it with they have perhaps more sophisticated sort of mechanisms within kind of a rubber-coated armature. Or latex rubber coated.
It seems still like claymation is such a time-consuming process. So, I mean, even on live-action films, you don't know if something's going to work until you've already set it up for, I don't know, hours or days. How do you make sure that a scene, I mean, do you do some storyboarding before you spend so much time animating it?
Yeah, I mean, the film was storyboarded, and probably many times, and we film that storyboard as well. We call it a story reel, which we constantly edit, and has music and voices, all temporary, but we have to make sure it's really working before we commit to filming it. An animator will only get through 1 or 2 seconds a day, and so it's very time consuming, and so therefore very expensive.
Right.
Even though it does happen, on the DVD you'll see some deleted scenes, which are heartbreaking to cut out in the end, but it's for the good of the story.
Do you use any CG animation at all, or is it completely claymation?
All the character footage in the film is using puppets just like this, but we do use CG, computer-generated animation. It's particularly on things that are just impossible to do with the traditional technique.
Sure.
Like there's a scene with floating bunny rabbits inside the Wallace's vacuum cleaner, the Bunvac 6000, and it would have been impossible for the animator to get inside and animate those.
Well, thank you both so much, and congratulations again on the Oscar nomination. We'll be rooting for you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Great.
Look for Wallace and Gromit in The Curse of the Were-Rabbit on DVD Tuesday the 7th.